turns out my grandfather was a psychic and a medium. And growing up, we knew a little bit about it. You would know what color of auras are around people and stuff, and it never made any sense to me. So only decades later, now I'm in my mid-40s, did I find out that he's actually a psychic and a medium, or he was. He's passed now. It's been over a decade. So this journey of life, there's been some crazy things happening, and somehow the little breadcrumbs led me to find and locate his book, which I've started reading. And it's almost like it is a instruction manual of understanding who we are and why we are in this world living. And yeah, I think a lot of the content that's in this book needs to be put out into the world. So I am going to start reading excerpts of it, and sharing that with whomever wants to click on the YouTubes and read it. But for a little bit of a proof, I suppose you could say, that he was a psychic. Before he passed, he had said to my sister and I that we need to be extremely careful in the 2020s, that there's going to be a lot of turmoil in the 2020s. And man, was he accurate. Yeah, lots of shit has happened. So I wanted to read this section to you and see what you think. If we do, in fact, actually exist in many other ways and other places, we should accept and become cognizant of ourselves in these expressions. Otherwise, the concept is meaningless. This idea has to become a reality instead of being just an intellectual exercise. And I think he's referring to religion in that context. So the first step is this, for many people, is the recognition of memories of other lifetimes, either in a spontaneous manner or else simulated by some other techniques. Now he's well beyond his time in what has transpired in the last probably 10 years as far as stimulating your own internal consciousness. In any case, such memories come with an inner knowing that has a validity to the person who experiences them. Now, that is so profound, because this idea of inner intuition or a knowing, that has really been the catalyst for bringing me to my present situation. So, man, there's many stories there. But that's the key, really. The inner knowing and the intuition that all of us have. We just haven't, maybe it's been suppressed or we've buried it for whatever reason in our lifetimes. So the very fact of remembering that you do have another lifetime means that you're functioning in some sort of level of yourself, your consciousness, that is superior to a present incarnation. So I don't personally have any recollections of past lifetimes yet, but I kind of feel like it's going to be coming after reading all of this stuff. So our present expression here in the physical is extended from our larger reality. And if these memories of other incarnations are but one indication of this, it is also proof that memory is a function of something more than the physical brain. So I'll stop it there, but because that has a lot to unpack for a person if they haven't thought of it in that manner. So back to the inner knowing, or the following your gut instincts. I've been doing that my whole life when I have major decisions to make. And I don't know if other people do that or not. So I'm going to give an example of what that looked like for me. So I graduated from high school, and I took a year to just go work and make money. And I knew I wanted to go to school to do something better. Like, you didn't want to just work in a job that you could get out of high school. So you needed some education. And I mean, there's many different routes to go. The options are endless. Literally, you could choose anything you wanted to choose. So I thought I wanted to be an architect. I thought I wanted to design buildings and turn them into reality. So I went to the NATE open house to go check out the architectural group and see what they were building and what the schooling would entail. So I remember, and we're talking, this is a couple of decades ago now. So I remember going up the stairs to the second level of the NATE building. So I'm getting to the top of the steps, and I get onto the top platform, and across the room in the far corner is the architectural group. So they got a bunch of like easels and stuff with their drawings on display. And the whole group is a whole bunch of ladies, and they're just chatting back and forth. So just a lot of ladies and chatting. And I got this weird gut feeling that just said, no, that is not for you. No. And some people might have just pushed through that, like, well, that's weird, you're just afraid. But it was from a different place. It was a true knowing that no, that is not what you want to do. Like, kind of like a friend coming in and saying, no, that's not what you want to do. So instead of pushing through and being like, no, like, I'm like my ego brain, go do the thing that I said I was going to go do. Instead, I didn't even go chat with them. I didn't go look at the stuff, nothing. I'm like, okay, well, if that's not it, then what is it? And I turned the 360 or whatever. I turned, no, not 360, 90 degrees to go to the construction engineering group, because they'd be the builders. In order to design and build your building, you actually need to put together all of the pieces to actually build it. You know, you're digging your excavations, your concrete slabs, your electrical that's behind the walls, all your structure, your roofs, your trusses, how do those all interplay physically? There's a lot to it. So I went over to the construction engineering group, same sort of thing. They had all their easels up and a big group of people chatting back and forth, and talking about what they were learning in their group. So I went over to that area and subsequently picked construction engineering technology. Interestingly enough, that was an all group of men. And when I went through the construction engineering technology course, there was 60 of us and only 3 females in the course. And I graduated out of that class with honors, and roughly, I don't know, 30 or 40% like failed or quit or gave up partway through. So super fascinating, really, when you think of it. So yeah, followed my gut instinct and went an entirely different path that I didn't think I was going to take. So knowing what I know from reading the book a little bit now, there's these infinite paths around us. And the paths are not necessarily correct or incorrect. They're just different. So this differentiation that we as people get to choose is going to determine your life experience. So I think you really need to choose or make your choices based off of how much joy and happiness is it going to bring you, not necessarily the money. So joy and happiness is a massive filter. And a second filter, which you can develop and learn, is your gut instincts and your intuition. So those are my thoughts for the day. Thanks for listening.